calling CQ with that mobile line. Eric's got his 891 and 8 test tight. He's chasing them parks from morning to night. We're calling CQ, come join the ride. From salty shores to mountain and highs. A Molly crew with wire and drive, tossing antennas and trees to feel alive. Once a month we light up the stream. It's Northeast Ham Radio, living the dream. Oh, living the dream. Izzo's in the woods with a stogie lit. Got his logbook down in a chair that fits. But toss him a chip with that barbecue tang. You'll get a ran in the Hamburglar fang. Matt builds them tough and tunes them clean. Reliance hits like a well-oiled machine. Toss a wire in a tree, no need to prepare. 5-9 signals floating through the air. We're calling CQ, come join the ride. From salty shores to mountain and highs. A motley crew with a wire and drive, tossing antennas and trees to feel alive. Once a month we light up the stream. It's Northeast Ham Radio, living the dream. Oh, living the dream. Salty walks got tales from the ocean tide, with the sailor's grin and that coastal pride. He wrote the book on waves and wire, a Rhode Island soul with a northern fire. If it's broke, Rob's the guy to call. He'll tear it down and rebuild it all with a scope, a smile, and zero fear. He's the reason half our rigs still cheer. The route rolls deep with a pack and a plan. Sky above, ground below, mic in hand. From jump zones to parks, he's living it loud. Still grumpy as hell, but making us proud. We ain't perfect and that's just fine. We miss a few calls and forget the time. It's happy hour when we go live. Mics get hot and so do the vibes. So if we slur a bit or lose our roles, just blame the beer in our RF souls. Marvin's got the badge and the winter plan. He'll brave the cold with a rig in hand. When the bands are rough and the tans are low, he's the ham radio guy putting on a show. From Rochester's Edge with a voice so clear, Mike's rocking AM on the modern gear. He's hitting the air with that VHF bite and logging POTA till the stars say night. Todd's blowing finals at field day again. Still a proud general, won't let it end. Talks baseball more than he checks his SWR. They'll snag that contact from a mile too far. Let's roll slow through the woods and mud. Mass plates on the FJ, tires chewing the crud. He'll find the path where the signals roam, with a calm CQ from his overland home. We're calling CQ, the signal's wide. From the coast to the pines on the mountainside. We're band of hams with stories to share, tossing wire and trees, putting watts in the air. Once a month we fire up the screen. It's Northeast Ham Radio, where legends convene. Antennas and trees and friends on the air, for signals we chase and the stories we share. We laugh, we learn, sometimes we swear, but every month you know we'll be there. This is Northeast Ham Radio. Oh, pull up a chair.
All right. Woohoo. All right. Welcome and good evening, everybody, to another Northeast Ham Radio. Ooh, wow. It's wow. October now, guys. I think, yeah. According to my bearings in my head and my, I took my smart pills this morning, so I think we're in October right now. I'm your in-flight entertainment, Eric, N1JUR. And yeah, as I said, thanks again for joining us tonight. A lot of folks in the chat. Glad to see everybody there tonight. How is everybody doing here tonight?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool.
The heat's on and I got a hoodie. I'm nice and warm.
Yeah, that is the New England vibe for sure. 60 today, nice and sunny, and you're sweating to death because you're packed in layers, and then you get tonight and you're like, God, it's freezing. What is going on with this world? So good to see that the heater's on there, my friend, and you're staying toasty. Although I'm sure with all of those computers and radios, you have no problem. If you had that amplifier, you could just warm up the trailer really easy.
Yeah, there's no 220 in here, though.
Hey, 110 will do the same thing. It'll just take a little longer, right?
We can fix that.
Oh, that kind of 220.
We know where Mike's mind is at.
I'll leave no band behind. Yeah, that's
Right.
right. In a behind or something like that. I don't remember what the phrase is, but all good. How else is everybody doing? Anything interesting or unusual going on? I mean, obviously, we're going to dive into Support Your Parks weekend, but let's just get to the banter.
Not
All right,
everyone at once.
I know.
I'll beat up.
So somebody's got to bite. Come on, I can't be the.
I'm biting.
Okay, well, bite.
All right. So, I've had a real shitty situation today. I'm going to start with this one. Eric's going to hear it for the second time.
Yes, I will.
We have an old house, 1965. And the previous owners pretty much owned it from new. And in their infinite wisdom, they put a lift pump toilet down in our bedroom area, which is nice. We got a tub, we got everything we need. And the wife flushed something down the lift pump, and the lift pump stopped lift pumping this morning. So this afternoon, I came home, took a nap, and I have thusly pulled the lift pump out from underneath the toilet, and it's now sitting in my bathtub upstairs so I can clean it out.
Shitter's full.
It smelled like last week's Taco Bell.
That is true. Well, sorry for the, we'll say, crappy situation there, Mike. And hopefully it gets resolved and flushed away for sure. Anybody else got any more toilet jokes before we go on and say hello to Marvin?
We go from here.
Marvin's sitting on the toilet.
It's in the campground.
The woods.
Well, they say the best place to take your test is in the bathroom. So, everything else kind of applies to that too as well.
I've seen several people. I've done several people with VEC as a VEC in their bathroom. So, yeah, absolutely. No, it's been good for me. It's been a lot going on lately. A lot of new things added to the channel. A lot more videos. A lot more shorts. And been playing. If I didn't have my background, you'd see a mess behind me. Just trying to do some playing around with the 705 and doing a little trying to figure out how to get the if I can use it like an Anchor power bank to be able to power it, and then also use that as an iPad with a TNC with a MobiLink, and be able to just do radio mail direct to that and doing packet only and not doing Vera FM and having to put a Windows interface in between them. So just a lot of playing around and working on different projects and doing some house projects too at the same time. So been busy.
Hey, Tortoise, are you knocking? Like, I keep hearing someone knocking a microphone.
That's not me. Somebody's getting awful antsy with their mic.
Yeah, some very handsy. All right, well, good deal on that. Sounds good. And you got obviously a lot to catch up on. You've been MIA for a while, Marvin.
I had missed August and September both traveling. I was in Wisconsin. I was at my remote site for a while. And then we had, family in town here for a little while. My parents came and visited for a week and a half. And so we got to explore the whole Northeast. I got to go to every state again and, travel time with them. So it was good. But I've been gone for 2 months from here. So I feel like it's a privilege to be back here and I appreciate it. So it's good to have. So
cool. Nice. Well, we're glad to have you for sure. And, feel free to settle in. I've got a couple of questions. Obviously, I haven't heard from you in a while, but my biggest thing that, you left me hanging on is you ever solve your camera POE issue on the tower?
I
know.
have not. I'm waiting for my brother-in-law to leave South Dakota because he's a professional tower climber, and I'm waiting for him to go back over there and replace the cord going from the top down. And I just have to schedule it with him whenever he's free. So,
Got it.
so it's literally sitting there up on the tower, 65 feet up, and I can't do nothing with it right now. So.
Man, the nerve of some family members who are professional tower climbers. You think they give you the, priority focus.
Yeah, something about that paycheck, drives them a little different. But so I'll bring it real quick. So I did get the my tower put up, and I've got a video coming out on that here soon too. I was working on it a little bit earlier today, but I got a 65-foot tower up on about 1,100-foot hill up in Wisconsin on the bluffs, and it's got a 3-element beam for 10, 15, and 20 on it. And I've been running remote with my Flex radio, just using it from here in Mass. And I've made some awesome contacts around the world with it. I mean, that thing is just booming out at 100 watts. It's incredible. I was out with Israel the other day talking on it and everything. So it's been doing really well. So I'm very happy about that. We've got a digipeater running that's got about 100-mile radius that it's picking up roughly. I'd like to narrow it down just a little bit. So I got to figure what I'd do to take it down to about 60, 75 miles. I don't go quite out that far, but it's getting a good range. Obviously, it's up there high enough. It's got some range to it. And then I've got a repeater. It's got really good coverage into Minnesota because it's just across the river and way the bluffs run. It's funny. The sheriff's offices in Minnesota will put their repeaters on Wisconsin, and vice versa. Minnesota will put them in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin will put them in Minnesota. And it's kind of how it works over there because of the reflection of the bluffs and the height of them. So I guess I should have had my repeater in Wisconsin for more, or in Minnesota for more Wisconsin coverage, but it's not doing too bad. I'm getting a good 20-mile range out of it, and I can't complain about that right now. So
Nice. Good
yeah.
deal. Well, sounds very interesting and cool, but I'm going to put a nail in that one because I'm feeling sad because I don't have a 65-foot tower anywhere in my vicinity, and nor do I want to continue. Oh no, my gosh, Tortif, what do you got?
You could have a tower. I
have 3 letters for you. HOA.
I
Does
have
that
no
solve the
idea
problem?
what that is. Sorry,
Exactly right.
Hey, it's
Well,
a hill tower. You can lay it down when you're done.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, with that, we're going to throw it over to Matt. Go ahead and say hello, Matt.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Matt N3VAN. This past weekend, I was with the Bears, and as Eric found out, the gunshots in the background ironically had some good cell service. I was doing on Friday. I set up a little bit early. I got my tent set up correctly, Mike, so you should be proud of me. Yeah, the Mike N3 Tortoise. So yeah, did a bunch of parks on the air as well as the PA QSO party, and then I found out, hey, the New York QSO party is this weekend, and a couple actually might even be on starting now. So, are you doing that, Mike, down there?
Maybe. It's
yeah, that's a no.
maybe. It's
Affirmative.
yeah, it's complicated, but it's from 10 to 10.
It's really not, Mike. It's simple.
No,
you either are or you're not.
Yeah.
Go to a park like I did and
probably
bang
will.
them out.
Yeah, I probably will, but
Maybe.
I'll get to it when I talk about my ham radio. All that is.
So yeah, camped out, had lots of fun, had good internet service, and unfortunately didn't see any bears. More New Jersey people than bears. So not even a deer, man. Maybe 2 squirrels. That's it. I was not happy. So other than that, lots of good RF, and a little nor'easter was hitting me, and washed everything, even my dirty stink off. So it was a good trip.
Yeah. Good on that one. And yeah, I have to say, when you did that, talk right from, where you were that evening, it was like the first line you opened up with is like, I hope I don't get shot, but we're going to keep plugging away here. And I'm going to teach you about end-fed half-wave antennas. So, that's the best way to, and I have to say it's getting, it's trending up in our, YouTube channel for our club. So, I have to say, I think just that line alone is a perfect lead in. So very cool. Awesome. All right. Well, over to the Grouchy of Grouches. It's Grouch Week, I think, right? Is that officially a calendar thing now? I saw something in the Discord, but what's going on with you, buddy?
Oh, no, the 15th was National Grouch Day. And so I posted obligatory, Grouch memes all over social media on that day. No, you know what though? I'll tell you, this has been a busy ham radio week though.
Yeah,
So
you have a lot to tell.
yeah, so Tuesday I went out with AC1RH. Keith met me at my secret spot, which is becoming less and less of a secret the more people find out about it.
Yeah, true
But
that.
we did we did an antenna test. I had never used a Rybakov before, and Matt was kind enough to give me one at Nearfest. So put that up on my POTA 20 mast, and yeah, I was really amazed. It worked fantastic. Polarization does matter, and when I do eventually put the video out, there was a gentleman in Montana, I believe it was Montana, and he made contact with me, and he said, "Hey, listen, I just want to let you know, I was on a dipole and I couldn't hear you at all." He's like,
Wow.
"I switched to a vertical and bam, there you were, crystal clear." And I was like, "Well, that makes sense because I'm running a vertical." So, but yeah, so that
what band was that on?
I did 10 and 15.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Thursday, I went back out to the same park because I was getting so close to getting 1,000 contacts in the park, and Shannon drove up from Massachusetts, and she was my POTA wife for the day, and let me tell you, okay, listen, I'm a man that likes to be prepared, and so I thought that the 12 amp hour and the 20 amp hour batteries were going to be good. And I don't know if it's the age of the batteries and they're just not life cycling as well as they used to.
Is
but,
it the batteries or the person who owns the batteries? I'm just curious. What's the the angle on that?
No, I take good care of my batteries.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, I think they're just nearing the end of their life cycle.
Yep.
Because I mean, what do you figure? I mean, a 20 amp and a 12 amp, like, probably 2,000 to 5,000 cycles, maybe before the battery's not good anymore.
How long have you?
But 4 or 5 years.
Well, that's why I need to, give a good shout out to Dakota Lithium here. Have an amazing 11-year warranty on those batteries, and they are phenomenal. In fact, I have this one right here. Probably won't be able to see it, but it just went to. I got one cell in here that went bad. I called them up. Got a brand new one shipping to me, no questions asked. So, 11 years, they'll warranty it.
Well, you got to use them, Marvin. No wonder why it lasts 11 years.
Well,
Wow.
With all your traveling and this tower stuff, I highly doubt you're doing POTA. Anyway, sorry, Paul.
To make the long story short, all right. What I ended up doing to get the last 17 was I took the jump pack from my truck and I connected it up to the 20 amp hour battery, and it was just enough that if we didn't transmit a lot, or if we left good gaps between transmissions, it could charge the battery enough to make it, and we made it. And so, 1,004 contacts out of Russell Abbott State Forest.
Congratulations, my friend. Woohoo. Although I have to say, the rule goes, if you didn't record it, it didn't happen. Did you?
Oh, I did record it.
Okay. And the good news is your batteries to your camera didn't die. So there's a plus there, hopefully.
Well, no. So the GoPro definitely died for a bit, and I didn't realize Shannon pointed it out. And I went and grabbed the other battery pack and plugged it in, and it was good. So no, there's lots and lots of footage. I'll start going through all that stuff next week.
Actually, I heard you on the air, and I tried to reach you from a Wisconsin site. You were really clear in there for a little bit, and then the bands must have just dropped because I couldn't hear you at all. Then you're out. I couldn't even hear you from here in Mass. I had both of them up, and I couldn't get nothing, neither one. I mean, it just dropped. You were gone. So yeah,
Yeah, there was quite a few Wisconsin contacts. So yeah, we definitely had a good 15-meter run into Wisconsin.
yeah, you had a good run in there for sure.
Well, one thing that we did too that Paul didn't mention is every time a battery died, we reduced power. So we went from like 100 watts down to 50 watts, and then we went from 50 watts down to 20 watts. So just trying to like save those batteries as much as we could. So that could also be why we dropped down because because of reducing power. So.
Yep. Like
Yeah, I think the last 7 were at 20 watt. So.
Oof.
Well, that is just ingenuity. That's ham harder. That's everything above. And I like, in the words of Ted Lasso, for me,
you are and always will be Keely fucking Jones.
Yes, you were. I mean, like that's the only thing I'd say. Totally, 100%, my friend. And dude, it's awesome you finally kiloed the park before you head down south. So yeah, you got that off your bucket list.
Yeah. So there's 2 other bucket list things that I got to do before I head out. And heading out is coming quick because it's 10 days away.
Yep.
And so I got to activate in Vermont, and I got to activate in Maine, and I got a parachute mobile.
Dude, you got to be freaking busy. Like the parachute mobile is gonna be the toughest one probably.
No, the parachute mobile should be the easiest one because that's just a quick drive to Pepperell.
So all of a sudden you have control over the weather. Like that could be your deciding factor for sure.
No,
you could go POTA in the rain.
Be thermals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it'll definitely be thermals. It is. Right. It's about 32 to 34 degrees. When it's 70 on the ground. So.
Oof. That's freeze the nuts off for sure.
And speaking of activating Maine, Eric and I were talking about it on the show this morning. And I know I had said Mount Agamenticus, but Fort McCleary in Maine is really, really nice right next to the ocean. So
yeah, that's a great site to work POTA from.
Yep. Yeah, you got to go there first before Aggie. Aggie's nice, but Aggie can be really like temperamental, especially in dealing with all of that antenna stuff that's up on the top of that mountain. So, if you like to work 15, 17, that type of bands, 10 meters, you might struggle with some of the radar that's up there and whatever else. But, yeah, McCleary would be an awesome place to go. That'd be nice, a lot warmer for sure.
All right.
So, and, if you time it right, I might be free. Apparently, I might have a client job up there somehow. We'll work it in. But, let me know. Yeah, cool. All right. Well, dude, I'm glad you've been busy. It sounds like you've been dumping a lot of shit too, especially ham radio and all the other personal stuff. So I am sure this is a much enjoyed activity that's keeping you busy and having fun.
Well, it's certainly more enjoyable to go to the park than to go to the dump 3 times in a day.
Not according to most guys who check into our 7:00 nightly net, but that's just kind of the way it goes. All right, cool. All right, well, we're going to dive into more park stuff in a bit, but over to you, Mike. How are you doing, my friend? What's been going on?
I'm doing good. It's been a week, but I am off next week. I took a week off for myself, and most of the time I'm going to be just getting ish done around the house, but hopefully get a couple videos done and maybe play some radio and whatnot. But haven't done much this week yet with respect to ham radio. Although, and I got to give a shout out to Ape. I see Ape in the chat. Yep. Thanks to Ape, I broke an attenuator testing a GMRS radio. So how many people can actually say that? But no. And here, let's see here.
Sounds like a t-shirt, Mike.
Yeah, no, it could be a good poster, but how do I share a window?
Yep.
No, I don't want to share the entire screen.
No, just share your window, whatever that, or tab if you got a tab.
I got it open, so.
Yep.
I only have one monitor. That's like my
Shannon feels the pain.
Yes, I know.
I'm running 3 chats right now, and I can't fit anymore.
On a Chrome tab. Oh, Nope, it's there. It is. Now I see it.
All right, it's coming. Haven't seen anything
Boom.
on our end.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Sweet. All right.
With
You
a
guys
Colt
see this?
45 malt
Yep.
liquor.
Hell
Full
yeah.
large.
It's GMRS, baby. You know.
You gotta drink
But,
the GMRs.
But
is that
yeah, so
a 70 centimeter can there.
yeah, no. 25 fluid
The
ounces.
dummy load.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Dude, that's so
we can-
tiny. Holy crap. Like in
Oh,
your, or,
yeah, the
you
radio?
you have really big hands, one of the two. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
a small radio for sure.
It's a big can. It's a tall boy, man. So yeah. So all right, let me stop the screen share there. So that give you an idea.
45 and 2 zigzags.
Yeah. So Apes talked
All right,
mentioned in
now
a couple of
Mike
I
has
know.
broke the stream.
I know. I gotta get rid of it. I can't find
Drag
there's
it
so
away,
many
drag it
freaking
away.
views. There's so many. There we go.
No.
Remove it.
Oh, we
No,
dragged us down.
Dragged the wrong one away. You dragged us away. There we go. Okay.
yeah.
Never do
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah. So he raised some good points. So you talk about on GMRS, you see a lot of these radios, and they'll say that the bandwidth is 25 kilohertz and like 15 kilohertz and stuff. But GMRS has some different regs and rules than the amateur band, and they're actually limited on the wide band to 20 kilohertz. But it should be more, to be honest, like within 18 kilohertz or maybe 16 kilohertz. And it's an interesting thing to think about mentioning or measuring. And so I was trying to figure out how to do that. And obviously there's not a lot of people that try to measure the signal bandwidth. And this is
Yep.
different. I'm not talking about channel spacing, because the channel spacing is 25 kilohertz. And that's why you want to be concerned about the bandwidth, because you're not using the VFO on GMRS. You have channels. And if you're at the bandwidth or exceeding that, then you're going to splatter into adjacent channels. You're not going to have good signals and everything. So I went down a rabbit hole trying to figure out, but like I said, shout out to Ape. He saw me posting on Twitter. I don't know if it was the fact that I was measuring stuff or I just had the Colt 45, but he reached out and he actually did a video kind of walking through how hams can measure this stuff, whether it's for, regardless of what type of radio it is. And so I ended up breaking the attenuator, though. It was a cheap attenuator from Amazon, and it was the center pin got stuck in the SMA barrel, and so I just $20 replaced it and stuff. But yeah,
come on.
there's an
Nobody
interesting-
stepped up to that. Come on. He said
20
$20.
bucks, 20 bucks.
20 bucks.
Yeah, $20
Thank
is
you.
$20.
$20.
But no, I like everyone else has been doing the Baofeng mini videos, and Radiodity blessed me with the GMRS version. So it's like I see where I stand, but it's good though, because I'm trying to take a different approach, and I like working with them, and I'm definitely interested in some of the GMRS stuff, just given that I have a family that's not all licensed as far as amateur radio. My oldest son and I are and stuff, but we've used the GMRS stuff on some vacations and stuff. But I'll be working on a video. So it was supposed to be out on Thursday. Freddie and I had talked about doing back-to-back Baofeng mini videos for Thursday night ham radio, but I done broke the attenuator and had to wait till a new one came on Tuesday, and I just haven't had time. So it's I'll get to it. But no, that's my fun story from the week. And then what I have coming up, I'm just gonna plug this now. Now that I figure out how to share the screens.
No.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Here you
Now I've
go.
got a presentation
Boom.
for you guys.
Look at that. So there's the thumbnail. I
Sneak peek.
just scheduled the live stream.
Commissions?
Spurious
Spurious
commission.
Commission?
Yes.
What are you
Yes.
commissioning?
I'm making the commissions when I do all these affiliate things. Yeah. No.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. Instead of spurious emissions, spurious commissions. So
Oh, you're gonna break it again now.
yeah.
There
So
we go.
I
He got
got
it.
I got a link in.
I got it.
You did? Okay.
Welcome to Mike, M2MAK Insurance, where $20 is $20.
Yeah, $20 is $20. But no, I got some stuff I'll give away, and I've been wanting to do this for a while. I finally hit 3,000 subs around
Sweet.
the end of the summer or so, and so
Nice job, Michael.
I kind of like I was kind of looking for like a moment in time. Like I now that I've started doing some stuff, and with reviews and everything. So anyway, Matt's giving me, I got a complete 49-1 NFED halfway from Alliance. I'm gonna give that away. I got the Mammoth Mat from Quirky QRP. I'm gonna give away the Radioddity HF something antenna, the spike mount adjustable one, like from 6 to 60. And then I might have some more stuff too. So I got some real cool giveaways, and want to give back to everyone that's helped the channel grow and stuff. I'm having fun, and I just it's time to give back, and so I'm looking forward to that. So next Friday, same bat time, my bat channel,
My bad channel.
and it should be fun and stuff. And all of you who are on, I know Eric said he'd help me out, but all of you are certainly welcome, and stuff if you want to pop on for a little bit. And as I just got this scheduled, I'll share the links and stuff, but it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
You have challenges getting it up in a park? I've got the solution just for you.
Just breaking things up here, All right. So, all good, my friend. So,
wait do you see some of the lines I've already come up with for the Baofeng mini video?
I'm waiting with patient bated breath to I sadly I can't just watch Kevin K0 KLB's videos any longer without looking for that little truth of nugget gold, whatever be the case. So sorry, Kevin, but it's all good. All right, well, with that, I'm gonna clean up my act and say hello to Shannon. How are you doing again? Good to see you since this morning. It's been a while, but what's up with you?
Yeah, long time no see, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say that I didn't say earlier, but I guess I can say it again since we have a new, different crowd here, right? So, this past weekend, well, let's start with last Monday and Tuesday, right? It was the last 2 nice days, kind of. Went out and did 2 POTAs at Willowdale State Forest. So those were really, really good. And then it turned pretty cold. This past weekend, the 11th, I went to a World War II reenactment at American Heritage Museum in Hudson, Mass. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. Even if it's not one of their special event weekends, they have an amazing museum with 3 different buildings. I think the other 2 buildings, the hangar and the car barn, they might only open on special weekends, but even the main museum has a great collection of tanks and heavy armor from World War II all the way up to present times. And to make it radio related, I brought a handy talkie with me, my Baofeng, speaking of Baofengs, with my signal stick antenna, and was on 14652. And I called out and I said, KC10HT listening. And much to my surprise, someone came back to me. K1 RMC, I think was his call. He's from Manchester, New Hampshire. He was reenacting for the German side. So after the reenactment, we had a little bit of an eyeball QSO. I gave him my eyeball card and a sticker, and he was very appreciative, and he was super cool. He was kind of surprised to hear another ham. He said he just sort of, on a whim, brought a little handy talkie himself and said, somebody might be on. So he turned it on. So,
Wow.
This is my advice, and I gave it earlier, and I'll give it again. No matter where you're going or what you're doing, bring a HT, call out, give your call sign, every 20, 30 minutes or so. Just let people know that you're listening, and you never know who you might come back to you. You might make a new ham friend. So always good there. And then, of course, we already talked about Paul and I met up for a POTA yesterday and successfully activated Russell Abbott State Forest and got him his kilo. Despite the trials and tribulations, Paul made it work. And I was not going to let him go without making that kilo, especially when we only had 17 contacts left and then 6 contacts left. I was like, no, it cannot end like this. I don't care what we have to do. If we have to hook this radio up to your car battery, we are getting these last contacts.
See, she's
I was
like the
I
way
was
you
about
say
ready
that.
to do it too.
The way she's saying it is just like kind of like even keel, but like I kind of have this thing in my head that she's like, we are going to get this done, and it's gonna happen now, come hell or high water. And it's like we saw how you
Sergeant
operate, Shannon. she's
And
a
then-
heart.
And
It's
then,
good.
so Paul jokes about, me being his POTA wife. So at least 2 people coming back to us just randomly asked, they were like, are you guys husband and wife? And we were like, no, we're just good friends. Thank you, whoever put us next to each other. Aw.
It had to have been at least 5. You go.
Oh, see, you need to really make the heart part like happen in the middle.
I can't figure out how to turn my hand the right way.
You gotta use the other hand.
Paul's got a big heart.
We'll work on that one. There we go. Oh, I don't have a clip for that. Sorry. Anyway, all right. Well,
Holy shit. My best friend's gay?
Hey. Knew it was coming. All right. Well, any more to add there, Shannon? Now that we kind of left it at that point, but
No, that
Okay.
was pretty much it for my ham radio week in review so far. It sounds like, I know tomorrow G Sarah has like a POTA event. That I am sort of up in the air, like, am I going to go to that? Or I also have a few friends that are apparently meeting for a POTA at Great Brook Farm State Park, and they're going to be going to Treehouse Brewery in Tewksbury and getting
What?
beer and pizza, and then going to
Wait a minute.
POTA. So,
whoa, where's this? Because I'm skipping the GSAR one. If there's beer and pizza, you had me at beer and pizza kind of thing, especially Treehouse.
yeah, Treehouse Brewery in Tewksbury. Have you ever been there? It's amazing.
Tortoise,
yeah.
have I ever been there?
Yeah.
Is that where you get that's where you get vegetarian pizza, right? If I recall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah.
Why is that even a thing?
Yeah, so that's like our go-to spot. The last time we had a Adventures in Wonderland meetup, we went to HRO in Salem, New Hampshire. We went to Treehouse Brewery in Tewksbury for beer and pizzas, and then we went to Great Brook Farm State Park for a POTA activation. And
awesome.
that was the activation that we started out with 3 hams, and we were talking on the local repeater, and more people just started showing up. And we ended up having like 7 or 8 people there. We're all just hanging out. People have dogs. We're chatting. And it's like, the radio almost becomes secondary at that point, right? It's more about hanging out with the people and talking than it even is about using the radio and making the activation. So,
Yeah. Get your 10 and then have a couple of beers and a few slices of pizza and you're golden.
well, we got our
3
10.
hams, 1 park.
It's like we got our activation, and then, people are kind of like experimenting there, right? They're like, well, let me try some CW and let me see if I can get some CW contacts, or, let's try this and see if we can get some digital contacts, So, it turns into like you have that stress of getting the activation is off, and then
Right.
you can kind of like have a little more fun and play.
Agreed. 100%. That's the way it goes. So who's got traffic going on in the background? There's a very noisy background here. I don't know who's got the highway going on there, but
No.
all good there. But all right, cool. So,
Marvin,
well,
I'm all out.
now that we're all out of order there, I think Shannon was the last one. So yeah, I'll throw in here since we don't really have a round here, but I'd have to say I got a couple of things going on. Obviously, Matt threw Rabbit my way, so it's on my bench way over there, kind of in the general sense. So, and I've got the inflate antenna. However, I've decided that it's too good to pass up, Matt. Sorry. The inflate antenna just has so many sexual innuendos to it that I am going to put a separate Patreon video that I'm not going to put ever in my public channel. That if you want to see, I'll send Matt, because Matt obviously sent me the antenna for review. I'll send him that video. And it's going to be interesting. I'm going to let my freak flag fly and have some interesting humor with that one. So, if you want to see that live, head over to my Patreon channel. So we'll put that little dig out there.
Unrated version.
Oh, way unrated. I mean, like
The
in essence,
unrated.
we'll see if Patreon kicks me off after I'm done with it. But
Director's cut.
it's going to be pretty bad for sure. Cool. So, yeah, without that, I mean, outside of me, I really haven't done much POTA. Sadly, I'm a slacker. I have desired to. Yeah, I can tell my bag is sitting there on the back of the bench. I was all set, I think, when Paul was going to go do his, or no, actually, when you were doing your activation with AC1RH, I started to pack everything.
Doing an antenna test.
I was, and then I went out the front door, and it was fucking cold, and I was like, hell no, I'm not going to do this antenna test. It was that we had that nor'easter. Yeah, I'm a wuss. I know, stop shaking your head,
Pussy.
just move on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I didn't do that antenna test, but I tried to work you, but apparently, oh my gosh, Tortoise, what are you freaking out about?
That's his new camera he's trying to play with and get figured out.
No. Japan on 10 meters right now. 28,426 calling CQ.
Well, if I pull it up right now, I'll probably not
All
be
right,
able to work them.
gotta go.
See you later, Ted. We'll see you in 10
Dream's
minutes.
over, bye.
You know, put us all to shame. Work them with your European call too, as well. You know, just to add insult to injury.
Oh well, I'm 10 meters is probably dead in the UK. I think Mike actually told me that MUF earlier was like 17 megs or 14 megs like an hour or two ago. So, but yeah, I mean, I could share my screen. I could bring up expert SDR.
Well, if we really want to, I mean, I could, do this. we'll go to my POTA hunting session, but yeah, we won't. Yeah, there we go. There's my camera. So,
Hey, speaking of POTA.
Oh, yeah.
Get
Sports
the
Parks
80
weekend.
meter rant thing ready.
Oh, no. Okay.
All right.
I got the button.
Because this mother lover right up there.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
at work last month, and I get a text. And Marvin's texting me. He's driving through New York looking for POTA parks, right?
Really?
And I'm like,
And you're like, stop on the side of the highway?
no. I hooked him up, right? Because where did I send you and what did you do? You tell him.
I don't remember the name of the park right offhand, but he said, hey, there's a park. It's about 10 minutes from my house. It's real easy to get to. Go up there. It's actually a threefer. And just go to there's a parking lot with a little picnic table there. Just get on that. It's near a bike trail. And it's all part of the Lake Erie at the same time. So I got a nice threefer out of it. I ended up with like 25, 26 contacts. I didn't have a lot of time to stay there for, hours, but I was able to get some great contacts out of it. And yeah, I do appreciate that, Mike. Thank you very much for the quick hookup on that.
Yep.
It was one of those things. I'll tell you, I have to give a big shout out to my wife. She is a big supporter of me going out and doing POTA. And she's like, you're coming home. Because I was coming home on a Tuesday. And she's like, just stop and do POTA. Just go out and just go have some fun. Take the dog with you. Go do it. And then we are traveling. Was it a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Must have been 2 weeks ago. My parents were here. And I didn't have room for my backpack in their car because they just have a small car, and we had all our luggage and some stuff they had purchased, everything. So my wife, we were going to go up to Maine for the weekend, and she was coming up on Friday to meet us. And she said, hey, do you mean bring your POTA backpack? I said, sure, if you got room. I said, if we have time to do it, no big deal. We ended up going up to US 0001 Acadia National Park and doing POTA, and she spends time, and actually she got on the air as a technician and did some with me as well, and did a couple helping other people doing park to park, getting activations as a second operator, and she just had a blast with it, and it was amazing to hear her get on the air and call out her call sign and get on there as well. But she's a big supporter of me doing POTA and things like that, which is huge, and so that's always fun. It's nice to have a wife that says, hey, like, hey, let's go out to a park, let's go do POTA, let's go do something, let go operate for a while. So it's always cool.
Dude, that's awesome. And so I just want to interject
You're
real
not
quick.
yourself when you haven't activated a park.
It's true. So we do really bad dubbing of Mike while he's busy working the 10 meter contact in Japan. Oh, we can just go right to there. Yeah, I'll roll that one right now.
Godzilla is coming.
CQ Singapore, CQ Singapore, November 3, Mike Foxtrot, we are calling CQ Singapore with Ed1.
Throw money at him. Sorry. Why that?
For those 20s?
Those
asking
could
for a
be.
friend.
Those could be. Yes.
Yeah, no, but just real quick to tie a bow on the thing with Marvin, though, I had to leave. I had an event I had to go to for work, so there's no way I could meet him out. But it just so happened he was leaving just as I was leaving work, and I was like, "Yo, I get on 5-2 because I parked on the rooftop of the hospital garage, like, and ran up to the car. I had only had the radio in the car for like a couple days, I think, at the time.
Right.
And so I was at least able, it was scratchy, but we were at least able to make a quick contact over the radio on 5.2.
You made a 5.2 contact on a GMRS modified radio. Nice job,
yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out where the 80-meter rant comes in, but it's
well,
all good.
it's like, no, I was just breaking his balls for driving
cool.
through New York and not reaching out earlier and stuff. Because if I knew, I would have tried, but I wouldn't have been able to take time that day.
I really wasn't expecting to do that, but then the wife said, just go ahead and just stop. Take time. Come home a little later. You're fine. No big deal. And I was like, okay. It's like, you're saying you're giving me permission?
Yeah.
I'll do it. So,
She's like, I need time for the boyfriend to leave.
There we go.
Sorry, gentlemen, I had to do that. He was 5'9" from Japan on 10 meters, and I'm trying to figure out if that's long path or short path.
Well, either way, we auto-dubbed your, so you have to go back and replay and watch all of the bad language we actually did when you started to talk, and we couldn't hear what you were talking, so we just kind of overdubbed you really badly. Like a bad, Japanese karate kung fu movie. Yep.
Dude, I'm sorry. As soon as I turned the radio on at 10 meters, I was like, oh my God, that's a JA call. Hold on.
Yep. All right. Well, I mean, that's kind of a good segue. I mean, obviously, if you haven't figured it out, the title, in tonight's live stream is Support Your Parks Weekend. So if you just crawled out from underneath the rock, it is Support Your Parks Weekend. And it is the weekend for all of us POTA nuts aficionados and everybody in between to kind of get together, get out there. And do some crazy fun stuff with Parks on the Air. I know we've got a bunch of stuff going on, at least in our club, and I know you guys got a bunch of stuff. And so, what's kind of the plans for you guys? I mean, who's got the biggest thing going on? I mean, Mike, you sounded like you were up in the air today or tomorrow with the weekend in general. Are you going to do any POTA or Parks on the Air on this weekend?
Hells yeah.
Okay.
So, no, I am. My son's got his last flag football game tomorrow in US 6532. So I am meeting a couple buddies out after. And I have a special version of a bug out that would be making an antenna for custom for the QMX. We're going to probably be making an antenna. Maybe we'll play some radio. One of my buddies is a tech still. He's in my club's class right now for a general. So I don't know if we're gonna play around, and if we play around, we might just be on, especially, with how the bands are this fall. We'll probably just be on like 10 or something. So that we don't exclude Fred and stuff. But that's why I prefaced the New York QSO party is going to be going on, but I don't know if I'm going to log that for the New York QSO party if we're on 10 or this. For that New York QSO party is a lot of that's about the counties and getting all 60 something counties in New York. And so if you want to do that, then you're rocking, 40 and 80 and stuff like that. But I read the rules because I tend to read manuals and rules and all this stuff like that. And this is interesting. The rules for the New York QSO party explicitly prohibit QSOs on 30, 17, and 12, the WARC bands, but not 60. 60 meters is not a WARC band. And I learned that this winter when I came up with the whole idea for WARC Band Wednesday. Shameless plug, look up WARC Band Wednesday on my channel. You'll see a hilarious video with my son and I. It's like 5 minutes long. Most of it's outtakes, but Leave No Band Behind. And so I play on the work bands every Wednesday, and it's been a good learning experience this year. But I learned 60 meters is not a work band. And so 60 looks like it counts for the New York QSO party. And I started thinking, well, you know what? Maybe what I'll do is just instead of playing in the park, maybe I'll just set up. I made a linked end fed for 30 and 60 using the Reliance 56 to 1. I have them all. I got the 49, the 56, the 64. I got to think. So I did it with the beta of the 56 to 1, but I got a link for 30 and 60. I might just set the 60 up and just play on 60 from the deck. Just something totally different, right? It might be fun to, play on and stuff. I'll have to see. So when it comes to the New York QSO party, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for that, but I got that idea when I read the rules. I'm like, that might be something fun to do. And I can just, enjoy some bevies on the deck and work 60. But POTA, I'll probably activate at least quickly on Saturday or maybe Sunday. There's another ham I caught on the repeater who I know who's from Syracuse, who's out in Rochester camping, and I'd love to meet up with him. And I know he'll be out doing POTA because it's Support Your Parks weekend. So we shall see. I'm just gonna wing it.
Cool. It'll certainly be interesting to see. Tamitha Scove just did a thing where we got like 1, 2, 3, X-class players coming at us over the weekend. So, it's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, that's just kind of one of the things that I'm worried about. Because we had the spring one, I think, rolled around, and that one was just as bad. I mean, literally, we did a meetup with our club, and we were on Temple Mountain, which is like 3,000. I don't know, this ridiculous elevation either way, and they were struggling to make like 5-2 contact, so it was kind of a bummer.
I'm guessing this is the trade-off, right? This is the trade-off with the solar cycle where we are, in prime time, where we're able to. You are not Mike N2MAK. How long has he had that for?
We did see the PSA, so I want to make sure everybody knows we are all in support of Mike N2MAK.
We're all him.
Yeah, now you distracted me. But, Michael's working 10 meters to Japan at, almost 8 o'clock on the East Coast. And like a year or 2 years ago, like that didn't really happen and stuff. But then, the flip side is all the solar storms and everything. So it's, the bands are either hot or they're not. It's crazy.
Well, what was the latest solar storm report? I did see it come out, but I didn't bother to look at it. What was she saying we were going to get?
I don't know.
It was 3 X-class flares in a row.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dude. And that was for this weekend coming up? Is that what she was targeting?
Yeah, starting tonight.
Man, why can't the solar flares be like the hurricanes when they come near the East Coast? They literally look at the United States and say, no, I'm going to turn the other way and go, well, it's just see, screw that. I don't want to touch them. I just want to deal with them. Why can't our flares be that way? That would be freaking awesome.
I mean, I'm getting Japan at almost 8 o'clock on 10 meters. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
exactly that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anybody else got any plans for Support Your Parks?
I'm kind of trying to figure out a park I'm going to go to, but haven't really figured out what that is yet. So we'll get out and do something for sure.
Rehoboth State Forest. I will be out there. I don't know when tomorrow, but I will be out there.
It's on Sunday too, right? Support Your Parks the whole weekend.
Yeah, it's a whole weekend, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going out Sunday to Ralph Stover State Park after a Hamfest. Should be fun.
Yeah, I'm struggling with it because I've got some other family obligations, so I don't know if I'll be able to tote the gear in with me, but it's I still have HF in the truck, so I think at least I'll be able to at least hunt, and I'm hoping, I can maybe get a park in, but it's going to be tough, so...
I'm not M2MAK. That's awesome, Shannon.
So
Gotta get a double negative.
I had already planned to do something different tomorrow. So I will be doing radio things, but I'm gonna be putting bullets in bow fangs.
Ooh, woohoo,
I'm gonna
yes.
try to get up there, Paul. I'm gonna try. I'll give you a call in the morning, let you know when I'm on my way up, or if I'm on my way up.
Dude, you gotta
All right.
you gotta live stream that. You just can't like let it go to video. Like, yeah, I know you want to record it, but you gotta live stream that one. That's gonna be. You can earn a crap ton of super chats alone. You know, if you want this radio to be blown up, then you gotta throw me a couple super chats. Play it that way, my friend.
Tannerite or something.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know. So Sunday, I'm supposed to be taking the Cushcraft R7 down and bringing it to Manchester to put it up at Annie's house. So far, I've only got one person that said they're willing to help, so I don't know that that's going to happen.
Okay. Well,
You got Annie.
Yeah. you know Annie.
That antenna is pretty unwieldy.
Well, Paul and I put it up, and my God, that was a scary thing in general. And both him and I are pretty, like, you know, we can handle, like, you know, stuff. So
we're a couple able-bodied men.
Thank you. Yeah, I was running.
What you're saying is you both can handle large loads?
Yeah, no, moving on.
I would say more like we each did well manhandling the mast together.
Oh God, that was scary. That thing like has like a little slight breeze with that R7, and it's like becomes this like whip, and it's like, and it doesn't stop. It reverberates and just keeps going, and you're like, I can't hold on, dude. Screw tighter. You know, why couldn't you bring a power drill? Kind of thing. Yeah, I do remember that. That's gonna be interesting to take down. If I have nothing going on in the day, dude, you know, I'll have to, you know, text you to see if I can break free, at least help you get it down. I don't know about getting it over to Annie's, but yeah, definitely getting it down because that thing is very unwieldy for sure. But
I not my.
We're just picking up on that.
Yeah, I just looked over and went, "What the hell?"
So, like, I'm curious because, like, as I get, you know, kind of deeper into POTA and stuff like that, you find, you know, and maybe this just might be me, and I could be the person that's
just you.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate the clarification. Do you ever just like kind of like support your parks weekends, kind of roll through, and you just kind of like, I take it or leave it? Like I feel like that a little bit, like for me. No, okay,
never.
Okay, it's a sacred thing.
I got a streak going, so I'm gonna try to keep it. But you know, until I break it, then I'll be like, yeah, you know. It was kind of like, went like 500 or so parks before I finally, you know, failed an activation or had an incomplete activation, and it's like, oh, okay, now that's off my back, okay, you know.
Well, actually, funny you mentioned that because like we had a discussion on Live Free Ham about the like you know, not completing activations, and Paul and I were like, whatever, it's not a big deal. Like everybody feel that, everyone feel that way now, or like everyone still feel like they always have to get 10 no matter what?
I always feel like I have to get 10, but
at least
there's been a few. I mean, I usually try to do 11 or 12 just to be in case there was one of them that's bad or I copied it wrong or something. But you know, there's been a couple times where I've gone out and it's like I've made 3 contacts and it's like I've sat here for an hour. It's like that's it. It's like I'm done. I'm not going to waste more time with it. It's band conditions are bad or something's not going on. So yeah, I'll just let it go. Like I'll move on.
The thing that changed me was that failed activation in Puerto Rico on a remote island. The first contact that I got was a very popular POTA hunter, Bruce in Indiana. It was a Kilo 9 India Charlie Papa, Insane Clown Posse. That's how I remember
Bruce.
Yep. And Bruce was and when Bruce came in, and I knew I didn't have much time, and I knew that I started this knowing very well. I was like, there was a boat coming to get us, to take us off the island, and I needed to be on that boat with my family. But him, that first contact, it was like, this is why I'm doing this. It is not about me. It is about them, the hunters, because we don't get to do what we want to do as activators unless there's somebody on the other side of the radio. And I reached out and promoted it, being a rare entity to POTA. It qualifies for the U.S. Islands awards program. I let those guys know, the island hunters. At the end of the day, I kind of realized after, I was disappointed I didn't get credit, but at the same time, I realized it's not about me. The hunters, matter just as much as the activations, and it's about giving them, a chance to get a rare one sometimes and stuff. So that's after that, I'm kind of like, okay, I still want to get my 10. And I'll get anxious if I'm running QRP and I'm struggling or something like that. But,
Well, it for me, it kind of flipped a little bit. It kind of went from, instead of having to get my 10, I look at it like exactly like you just said and described, Mike, is like it's an honor to give them their contact in the log, whether it was a failed activation for me or not, because in essence, it's my job and my responsibility to upload. So when I started to look at it that way, I was like, okay, because I've done Saugus Ironworks 3 times, and 3 failed activations, like, get up to 9, can't get any more, get up to 5, can't get, whatever be the case. And, it might be operator area, might be just the bad solar conditions, whatever. Every time I was like, you know what, I'm going to just upload the log anyway. And I felt like, this is like an honor for me to be able to make sure that they get the credit for that, because they spent the time, like you said, Mike, finding you, hunting you down, and making that contact. So yeah, I think that if you look at it like that, then, they don't sting as much when you don't have the 10.
Yeah, no, streaks are a good thing. If you whether you're trying to get up and work out in the morning, or whether it's just you're trying to activate different parks or whatever it is, that's fine. But this is amateur radio. It's we should be having fun and stuff. That doesn't mean it's not going to be stress free, because this is a hella stressful hobby at times with some things, because things don't always go right. But that's kind of, that suspense, that challenge for me, at least, is part of the fun.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, I never really looked at it like that way, because obviously once you get into the hobby, you're like, oh man, I got to make sure I get 10 contacts. 10 contacts are wicked easy. No problem. I should be able to, make hundreds of, activations, successful activations. And then you finally get into it and you're like, yeah, this is not so easy. A lot more pressure on you. Yeah. So any, obviously Mike was alluding to working 60. Any of you guys trying to, maybe shoot for some, out of the ordinary bands? I mean, obviously, conditions are going to be challenging this weekend, but, any of you guys looking to work any of like the 15, 17 kind of thing, or maybe FT8, dare I say it?
8 is for lazy people.
I don't think that, and there's 2 QSO parties going on this weekend. There's New York and there's Illinois, and I know New York, I don't think you can do FT8 because you can't exchange the county. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. It's probably something similar for Illinois. I don't really participate in a lot of the QSO parties like that, but usually when you got to do something extra in the exchange, like Winter Field Day or exchanging counties and stuff like that, you can't do FT8 because you can't do that.
So I got one thing, and I'm Kevin. I mean, no bad by this, but turn up the power. Come on. If you want to work the 10-meter station, go to 30, 50, 70. Come on, you can do it. I know you can do it.
Pop that corn. Come on.
Linear.
Yeah. Just, you can get them in the log, and then go back to, where you were, no problem. We won't fault you for it. We always know you're the QRP guy.
I don't know if it's too late in the season or not for Kevin to like harvest and kind of use the stalks and make a corn and a yagi.
So we're going to shove as much as we can up in there. Oh yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm
we're
really
even gonna
sorry.
try and tap some in there.
Dude, from my heart, I love you, my friend. Just every time I click that button, it hurts. But I'm gonna get away with this one anytime.
Erecting that
this is
big,
no
hard,
problem. I don't
stiff
have
black
any
mast.
It's all good there. So anyway, sorry for the.
You already at 10 watts.
Yeah.
Get that man a G90.
I know, right?
He has one, but he's got to
does.
ride the bike to make it work. So pedal power.
Mama needs to get some miles on the bike. Let's go.
Oh my
So-
god! And speaking of just when he pedal power, I think he worked me pedal power when I was first playing with a Rybakov. One of the first times I was playing with a Rybakov, and I turned it all the way down, and like I'm pretty sure I'd have to go look at the video because I got the contact in there, but I got him on 0% power. With a Rybakov. So I mean, it's probably like 500 milliwatts, or maybe it's a watt
Wow.
or something,
That's
But
impressive.
but I think I had the 7300 and turned it all the way down, and he was on the bike too. So that was a very memorable contact
Very
that I'm
cool.
struggling to remember as I.
No kidding on both accounts.
Hey, Walt, you want to see my ham radio?
No. Let's segue on that one. I'm going to go there. So Mike's going to do our Tortoise, I should say, not Mike into MIK Mike, because he'll do that next week with his own live stream. But Tortoise is being doing a giveaway tonight, so we're gonna surprise all you guys. We are doing a giveaway for. Go ahead and explain it, Tortoise. There, and that way I'll do a bang up job with it. So let him know what's going on.
All right, so mugs, 3D design on Etsy. I full pawned on an order, and instead of ordering the mount for the 991 Alpha, I ordered for the 891 that I know that I have, but it's mobile. So I was like, I was stupid, and I said, dude, I'm so sorry. I said, I know you haven't printed him yet. He goes, can you swap it up? And he goes, yeah, and I'll send you the 891. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. I said, cool. I'm going to give it set it up as a giveaway. So it is Mugs 3D Design on Etsy. He builds some phenomenal 3D mounts for your radios. He's got a lot of them. So go check him out.
All right,
Mugs
throw the
3D
link in the chat. Sure. But question is, what do you want to use for your lovely hashtag? I know there's a bunch flying by, so like if you want to choose one of those, or if you feel so creative.
What is it? I mean, that's low. So let me throw something in there.
Just do mugs, MUGGS or Z.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, maybe.
I know mugs. He's local to me.
But yeah, hashtag. Well, so yeah, whatever the keyword is. So
hashtag muggy.
You can be as annoying and a pain in the ass like Grouch does, and put spaces and capitals and punctuation in all of his.
No, I'll be simple and stupid. It's in the chat.
Okay, let me go to the chat here. Of course, you're going to make it more difficult for here. All right, so the keyword, here we go, guys, for those that have been waiting, or not waiting, because this is kind of something we just threw on here. So the keyword is, let me go return. Got to do a pound sign, dang it. It's been a while since I've used this keyword tool.
So which channel are we pulling this from?
It will be on, all of them.
All.
Come on. No mugs. No
And
mugs. There we go. Come on.
Mugs.
The mugs. All right. So there's your keyword. So throw all that caps in the chat there. It's MUGGS, all caps, if you want to get in on this, and we'll let that run for a little while. And hopefully I know what buttons to press here to make this happen.
All right. Well, Eric, so I moved the little banner to where it's actually showing right on the screen, so it's actually visible. But yeah, it says type hashtag mugs.
Yep.
I'm going to give Matt some bad news. His stream did not kick off.
Yeah, nor did mine.
I saw that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mine didn't either, so it's okay.
Failed at it.
Oh, yours is running, Eric.
It is?
Yours is running. Yeah, because I gave 10 memberships on your channel.
Sure, that wasn't on the free. Yeah, it was on the free. I don't see mine up atop. It would be one of the ones with my badge on it. So 1, 2.
Oh, so
3,
maybe
4,
it was
5,
Live Free
6,
Ham.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, it was probably Live Free and Ham.
So we can type mugs, pound mugs into any of the channels, right?
Yeah.
Yep, any of the channels it'll come through.
Except for mine.
Yeah, except for the RTMP ones, but which would be Marvin and Matt and Shannon. Sadly, this tool is a pain in the ass, somewhat.
But this is for an 891, right?
Yeah.
So everyone that we know that everyone that's going to put like pound mugs is a loser, right? Because
Wow.
No.
Oh.
Who's that cold and windy in Cape Cod? Because it's cold and windy, and I'm not in Cape Cod. It's always cold and windy in Cape Cod.
Is that so? Let's see here. Is this thing working?
All the Asu fanboys are being outed.
Ow. Yeah, he said
You can be an Icon fanboy and still understand that the 891 is a fantastic photo radio.
It is good radio. I got this 7000 at the Hamfest, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, do you got a 7000 mount?" He goes, "Yes, but I don't have a picture of one. Could you take a picture of yours when it's done?" I said, "Yeah." And that's not a problem.
Oh.
Hashtag icon. Oh, look at this guy.
There's Chris. Wow.
Let me say something about cold on Cape Cod.
Yeah, exactly. You say Cape Cod 3 times and he appears.
It's hilarious.
How's it going, guys?
Good to see you, buddy. Why do you have American flag up your butt?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Looks like you have a tail.
No. Hey, it
Yeah.
if I go that way.
You know, if you're into that type of thing, we won't judge, but whatever.
No, I'm not.
That's a mess.
Oh, party poopers here. Wow. We're throwing some shade tonight.
Yeah,
I will not
threw
be your
some shade. Now Issa won't talk. I'm just playing.
See that funny. We're talking that 10th POTA contact. Todd's not here tonight, so we'll give him crap. But for those that might be in the know, we've been working towards trying to get that dual kilo for the rail trail for I don't know how long. Paul, what is it, like 2 years now? I think is what the statute of limitation on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, statute of limitations like 2 or 3 years or something. It's ridiculous.
because you guys did a thing back in January of this year where you were like, oh, let's take some bets on when it's going to happen, and
nobody guessed.
Well, I mean, I guessed April, but like here we are. It's freaking October.
Well, the good news is we didn't have any giveaway at him. So what did you win? Absolutely nothing. So yeah. So, okay. I will admit, yeah, it was bad on my part to think Todd would be able to keep going and keep plugging away. He got super busy. So we didn't get anywhere. Long story short, he finally got out today, and in his text message back to me, he freaked out and panicked and had some struggles because he's the type of guy, as we all know, that can't let any contact get away, especially when you say you're going QRT. And so he had a forfer do a park to park with him as his last contact to get up to the number that we had to be equal at, which was like 975, for us to then start the 25 run towards 1,000. So all that being said is that finally we're there. And we'll be doing that hopefully next week, maybe. If I can get him to find a break and we can do a live stream. We'll definitely have to do it after the stupid solar flare crap happens, because Paul already wished it upon us, saying that we're gonna have like an X5 flare, and we won't be able to make one contact, nevertheless 10 or 25. So lo and behold, the prophecy is coming to fruition. So
meters all we got then.
Oh my gosh!
Hey,
yeah.
Chris.
Yep.
Hey, Chris. They're making fun of you.
No, I know. Where are
they? We can all see the chat.
I was trying to log. I was just logging my net that I had last night, my other computer. So that was more.
Chris is the most patriotic man on the whole freaking show.
so far. Yes. Give him time.
Speaking of butt plugs, I have to go get something.
Not a line you start with, my friend.
That's the other thing Mug's made for you, huh?
Oh, tortoise.
Oh my gosh, it's his giveaway, and he goes away like this.
All right.
That's a good find. How to do to you all. So yeah, back to our POTA conversation.
You know,
You know.
I've got something for Marvin, and I've got to run out to the truck to go grab it.
Don't worry about it. Just call me tomorrow.
No. This has to go on the live stream. I'll be back.
Wait, I don't have Marvin's number.
CQ Singapore, November 3, Mike Foxtrot.
We're just gonna keep on the loop all the time. So, all right. Well, this is still plug-in. Yeah, the keyword is mugs. If you want to get in on the drawing there for Tortoise's giveaway, for his mess up is, his pain is your gain, as they say. So feel free to jump in there. And I'm just gonna say a few folks. I've been seeing a lot in the chat. We've got 38 so far, so it's been pretty busy. So. Julie, I see you in there. Good to see you. Hopefully you got your 24-hour POTA box, and hopefully you like the custom branded, spool antenna that we sent you. We'll leave it at that. I see our Smoke Signals RF in there. Misha the Bear. A lot of guys. Anybody else got anybody on their channels that I'm missing that want to say hello to while we're killing time here?
Not just a lot of guys, a lot of girls. You mentioned Julie.
Guys, plural. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Shannon's in the chat too, and so yeah,
we know Shannon's always in the chat. She manages the chat. She's the chat queen.
He's talking about Shannon K1LY.
Yeah.
You
gotta say Jabberjaw, Shannon. That's how I know her as.
Okay. That's how we're differentiating between Shannons now.
Well, that's how she introduced it to us. As Jabberjaws is like, where'd you get that nickname? And then, that kind of just unfurled the whole entire, connection relationship there. So good to see folks.
There's a sticker on my fridge that says, "You made a QSO with Jabberjaws."
Yep.
Nice.
It's a really good one. It's small. I wish it was a little bit bigger, but it's still, still pretty cool. I got
it's
one
the
myself.
Perfect size.
Yes, that's what they say when it's really small. But
it's just right.
Okay.
Listen, it's not the size of the sticker that matters. It's how you use it.
Speaking someone who has a very large sticker, but whatever, we won't go there.
Listen, what does my name say right now?
Go big or go home, right? My gosh, we're gonna have a lot of very confused members. People who subscribe to our channel. It's like, who am I really subscribing to?
This is nothing unusual for my channel. So
no, this is right in your alley, right up your wheelhouse, as they say. So, oh gosh, it's the girth of the sticker. Oh boy, here we go. We're just gonna move along. Sorry.
Mike started out the show talking about the toilet, and we're just going down there.
Yeah, wouldn't we all love it? Mike, you obviously did we should kind of segue because we did allude to it earlier when we were calling everybody Mike into MAK. Have you gotten any further, any follow-up on your PSA for those impersonating you and selling equipment that you don't own?
No, unless
okay, good.
Facebook did something today, which is frustrating because it's been a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd gone back, and so I'll back up for anyone who was watching. Was like, what the hell is he talking about? So I got an email from a ham, who shall remain nameless, but somebody I did not know, and he asked about a radio, and I think of all the radios too. I think it was like a 2-meter all band or all mode radio, like a rare and he's like, what happened to the listing for this radio? I don't see it anymore. And I was like, I think you got the wrong guy. I'm like, I don't have anything for sale on eBay or Facebook. I don't know if you got the wrong call sign, because he sent it to my, he sent it through ARRL, where I have the email forwarding and stuff. And maybe, and I'm thinking maybe he, maybe it was N3 MAK or something like that, or he just typed in a digit wrong or something. And he wrote back, and I was like, but hey, listen, if you see something listed with my name, send me a screenshot or something, but it's not me. And a couple days later, he did. He's like, yeah, here's where I saw it on Facebook. And some jackwagon on Facebook stole like an old photo of me and created a profile, and they just have like all kinds of stuff for sale. And if you look at it, it doesn't look like they're getting any traction. It's like, but at least somebody reached out and tipped me off. So like I made the fastest video I've ever made. I was like fortunately I was working from home, and I found out this during a meeting, and I just like my blood pressure went up, and like I had a quick break, and I ran out on the deck with the camera, and just like in one take, like 2-minute video, reported the profile, took a couple screenshots and stuff. But I've gone in, and it says like they're still looking into it and stuff, and it's still pending. But it's frustrating because like and I haven't heard from anybody that's fallen for it or whatever. Somebody almost did, right? But it's like, this is, it's my name. It's a frustrating thing, that people are like that slimy.
How dare you?
And stuff. So, and
it's not your last name Smith. It's like it's hard to spell your last name. So they had to work at it.
Yeah, and like the dickweed actually got the spelling right. Like, so I give him like credit there, but it's a frustrating thing because like I get so people have opinions about Facebook, and that's fine, and whatever. Like it's a love-hate relationship as far as I'm concerned and stuff, but anything that size, it takes time to verify and go through. So I get that it's not something that's immediate, like when you report it, but that I'm frustrated with Facebook. I'm frustrated with whoever it is that's doing this or whatever. And at the end of the day, this is something that could happen to anybody. The way I look at it, it doesn't matter if you're on Facebook or not. Like the picture that he has was on Twitter. Like he could have grabbed it from X or anything else, and they just throw something up there, with your call sign, and they could do it for any ham because like all our stuff's like, public. Like, yeah, you can, register with the FCC with a PO box and all this other stuff, but still like there's a certain amount of information when you get into this hobby and stuff that's public. And so it's something that, anybody could do. And it's just, it's annoying.
It sucks, man.
And all I thought about, like, I'm not hurt by it as far like I'm not out any money. Like I said, I haven't had anyone reach out to me and, like angry, like, oh my gosh, where's my radio or whatever and stuff. Ape tried to say like, oh, where's my tuner, and and stuff, I'm gonna send Ape a automatic tuner, not a manual
where's
one.
Where's my vertical antenna?
Yeah.
Is it really...
No, but like, it's a frustrating thing, but like I'm not out financially. It's an annoying thing, but my first thought really was like other people, like how easy this could happen to somebody else.
Right.
And stuff like, so it's I know it is. It's not just in ham radio. It's probably happening in all the hobbies and all the interests that are out there where someone's like, oh, okay, let me, steal this person's YouTube profile pic and set up a page and mimic them and see if I can get, anyone and do like these a little bit more elaborate phishing schemes or whatever you call them. But yeah.
Dude, it sucks that it was a good profile picture. I'm glad they, it wasn't like they used one of your really like, bad sides. And
they didn't use the yoga shot.
I know.
I mean, that was kind of my thought. And at the same time, I was also thinking, I'm like, I didn't get a chance to see like what you were selling. Like, was it any good stuff or was it just like crap?
No, it's a lot of like vintage radios. There's some interesting stuff in there.
Wow.
And stuff like I said, one of the radios, it was like and this is where it pissed me off because like I said, it was like a 2-meter all mode radio, and I was like, I wouldn't be selling that, man. I'm gonna keep that. Like,
if you know the real Mike.
Yeah.
He's only done it once, and it's his G90, and we'll never hear the story. We'll always hear the story until he gets his G90 back. I mean, it is what it is.
Nice.
Woo, nice job,
He did it.
Kevin.
He did it.
Job,
10
Kevin.
whiskeys just to
job.
prove us wrong. We appreciate you, Kevin. That's awesome.
Nice.
Great job.
Wow.
So-
Yeah, no, thanks for asking though. Like I'm trying to kind of block it out, like, and hopefully it gets resolved soon. Like I keep wanting to go check, but then I don't want to get aggravated. So
yeah, I know the feeling.
I haven't looked today, but
like I don't want to look at the auto accident and watch it all unfurl again. So all right, well, Tortoise has given me the thumbs up. We have about 20 here in the giveaway here, so we are gonna run the meter here and let's kick this thing off for something from Mugs or whatever. Tortoise is paying your gain. Let's go. Eventually this will stop. I don't
How
know.
long
Damn,
does
that goes
it run?
fast.
Yeah,
What's
it
that
does.
ticking
Well,
noise?
yeah, I hear something. Here we go.
Shit.
Yeah, 24-second spin duration. So we're being official
The
and
suspense.
yes,
This is
the winner.
I think I just saw I passed.
It's Grouch.
The winner is no one.
It's blank.
What?
Blank.
How is that? Really?
How did that work?
How did that? This is really what is wrong with this chat here?
The winner is nobody.
Yeah, the winner is definitely no. Oh no! Wait a minute. Here we go. There we go. It was cut off. Chris Bricker, you are our lovely winner of the Mugs giveaway there, my friend. Reach if you're good on QRZ, let Mike know, and Tortoise will get that out to you.
I'll catch him on Flag and Torch.
Oh, there you go. So, cool. All right. Enough of giveaways here. Let's kill that thing here. All right. Back to the real world here.
Oh.
That looks like the Ed Dong attachment.
Ed Dong.
Yeah.
That's so girthy. Whoa! Oh my gosh! What is that
There
for?
goes the monetization.
Well, I mean, you literally said it's a butt plug.
Not what you think it is.
It's a magnetic butt plug.
That's what Chris is prototyping.
Chris, that'll go great with your new 706 purchase to you, and do not hook the coax up to the other end of that.
This is a 900 megahertz and UHF dual band antenna.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
But it's also otherwise known as the butt plug.
The low profile one for high speed driving.
Yeah. I just with the design of that, I will leave it
You're gonna pass, Marvin?
on the top
Oh
of
my
my
gosh!
I was gonna give it to you for free.
No, I'll leave that one be.
Is that a suction cup base or is that a magnetic base there? I'm just
It's
curious.
magnetic base.
Okay, that makes it can't use it in the shower then. Yeah.
Anyway, I've got the Ford with the aluminum body. Yeah, I've got the Ford with the aluminum body, so I couldn't do magnetic base anyway.
Oh, there you go.
No,
Suction cup might work.
It's an NMO mount.
Oh, you're okay. You're saying it just sits on a magnetic base, but you can take the NMO mount. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Different attachments.
Mike, you handle that so well. Where'd you go, Mike? $20 is $20. All right, so back kind of into our Support Your Parks weekend stuff. What
is that? What we're talking about?
Yeah, I think so. It's in the title. I get confused very easily. Yeah,
so we're talking about toilets and butt plugs.
Well, it kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, a lot of times, when you're out there and the call of the wild gets you, you just, you go right there. Now I just forgot my freaking train of thought. Thanks. There goes my script. I see when I don't write this shit down, I don't remember. I don't remember what I was going to say. You'll have to give me. So, I don't know. Roll that.
All right, so while Eric's trying to figure out where the fucking his script he was.
Thank you.
Mr. Bergen, do you have a massive erection?
Really?
Yes. So anyway, go on.
I was just giving you filler.
Oh, thanks. I've lost my train of thought. All right. Well, anyway, so Marvin, you obviously, that's where I was going. Thank you. Marvin triggered it. So you got to talk about your, Alaska adventures there, my friend. You've been gone for a couple of months from near. So, I did see a video out there for you with your parks adventure. What was Alaska like from working from that side of the fence? Because I know, I have struggles trying to get Alaska sometimes, but oh no, stop playing handsies. But Marvin, go ahead.
No, that's a great question, and thanks for bringing that up.
You're on the other side with that.
It's good for for this episode for sure. So I went to Alaska with a lot of preparation and trying to, I mean, obviously taking this onto a cruise boat, trying to figure out where our different stops were at, what parks were nearby that we were able to access. And I did reach out to a guy who was the #1 activator in a park in one of the stops we had. And so I reached out to him and said, hey, you know, are you gonna be around, whatever. He was going to be in the lower 48 during that time, unfortunately, but he gave me a lot of great information. Hey, there's an Uber in town. There's some bus routes that go up near the park that you can get on and off of. And just kind of similar to what I think you described earlier, is that, you know, you've got a limited amount of time. You got to go back and catch that bus or that cruise ship, you know, that's going to be coming back or taking off in a few hours. And so I had, you know, limited time to be able to do that. So I had pre-planned my park, where I was going to go, how I was going to get there. And I got very lucky with an Uber that was right there, you know, within 5 minutes to pick me up. And he just said, call my cell back direct and I will come pick you up when you're done. Because it was about 7-8 miles out of town. So it wasn't a real easy, hey, you can walk to or just hop on a bike and go to, right, you know, right away. And so actually my background scene is the exact table that I operated at. And this was right near, I mean, the opposite side of this, if you reverse the camera, is right basically on a beach, and there is the kind of a river channel waterway there that the boats go up and down. And so it was a beautiful area to activate from. But I used I took my 705. I've got a little 100-watt amplifier I took with it. And I ran into a little bit of a challenge. I'll get into that in just a minute. But for the most part, I was able to operate with my iPad. I'm packing this, and I'm having to put this on a boat in a backpack, so I'm trying to pack as light as possible. But it's like, if I have anything go wrong, I can't just go out to the store. I just can't go down to my basement, grab another battery. I can't just go to my truck and, you know, grab something else. I have no other power if I don't have a battery that works. And or if I blow a battery or something like that, you know, if something happens. And so I had to, you know, kind of account for everything I could. I had 2 separate antennas with me in case one wasn't working, and, you know, I had to do something else. I only had 1 radio though. And so initially I started setting up, and one of my batteries just wasn't seeming to be working for whatever reason, or just maybe a connection I had loose or whatever. And what I ended up finding is one of my power poles, the wire inside it was loose. And so I wasn't making a good contact. So that ended up being my major problem that I was able to overcome. But I did have the, I'll call it dirty fix power pole connector with me. I literally just yanked the wire out of the other one, out of the black side, and shoved it into the Wagyu connector, dirty power pole connector, and it plugged it in and was able to get it back to work again. I ended up only making about 12 contacts on that whole event, but I had contacts into Oregon and Idaho, California, Washington, Arizona. I want to say I had like 1 or 2 other more. California, I think I mentioned that one. Anyway, like I said, about 10, 12. I think I had 12 contacts total for my POTA activation there, which was enough to get me activated. But right. It was, you know, I was in the beginning. I mean, I probably had a hoarse voice by the time I was done, because I literally felt like I called hundreds of times to be able to make a contact. But when I gave a signal report, my signal reports were 5, 6, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 9. I mean, they were just good across the board. So I was really surprised that I didn't have more contacts coming out of that. And maybe it was kind of like Mike. I was like, maybe I should have advertised it more. But you know, if people hear Alaska on the air, you know, they, you know, usually pick up on those sort of things. So, but it was also, you know, if it was around 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, my time in Alaska. So, I mean, it should have been, you know, probably like 2 or 3, maybe between noon and, you know, 2 o'clock back into the, you know, the Midwest or Eastern time at that point. So I thought I would have had pretty good timing for that to happen. But again, it could have just been time of day, and who knows whatever else was going on. But, you know, I got it activated. I was happy, very pleased with it. And yeah, go check my channel out, the Ham Radio Guy. I've got a whole video out there on it you can watch, talk about the POTA activation. And, if anybody, I had somebody reach out to me, hey, I saw your video. How'd you get the radio onto the cruise ship? Those sort of things.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. That was my question. Would you have to like sneak it up your bum or something? Like, because I know there's always a tough thing, like with, the ships with getting radios on there.
I did a whole podcast on this like about a year ago. And I found at the time most cruise ships will not allow ham radio on there. And I just recently came across another, I don't know, I was watching some other channel, and this guy was asking about, and Disney and Carnival will allow ham radio on there. But I was on a celebrity cruise ship. And so I was a little questionable whether I was able to get this through or not. And I had everything in, separate cases. I did break it up among my luggage just a little bit, so it all wasn't necessarily all in one spot. So maybe that maybe helped a little bit to help, break it up. They just didn't see one big bag of it. But the funny thing is, even if I hadn't broken it up in one into several bags of luggage I had with me, when I took it on and off the ship, I was just carrying a big blue backpack. It was like an LL Bean backpack I used because I was trying to make the backpack as light as possible, even though it ended up being like a 28-pound bag still by the time I was all done. But yeah, there's a lot of equipment in there, a lot of heavy, I had the command whip. I used a vertical antenna, just staked it into the ground. So I had an all aluminum stake to shove in the ground, the whip and everything. Cause I wasn't sure, I was already told it was kind of a rocky, sandy soil, but I didn't know if I'd have a lot of trees around me or not. Obviously there was, but again, I would have had to carry a throwing weight of some sort to get it up in the tree and that sort of thing. And I wasn't sure what the rules are around that, throwing something to a tree and around a national park area, whatever. So I just shoved it in the ground out by the beach there, and no one, there was never no one around. So it was all, pretty quiet for me to be able to do that. But taking on and off the ship, no one ever questioned me. I mean, they had to scan your backpacks getting on and off the ship like they do at TSA, and no one ever said a word, never questioned it. But again, I wasn't operating on the ship; it was just operating off the ship, and I never asked the captain's permission or anything. But I made it through. So, and maybe that one went through better for me because I was also still in the U.S. territory. Versus maybe being down in the Caribbean and being on another island, even though I know Puerto Rico is part of the U.S., but I tried to travel to some other islands last year, and I basically never heard back from the country, and celebrity, as much as I fought them, was an absolute hell no. You're not doing it. We're not going to allow you. So. To bring it on the ship at all. So it could be also, maybe, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look and see where. So boats are typically licensed, these cruise ships are typically licensed out of other countries. And I don't know where this one was licensed out of. I didn't go back and I haven't really looked it up. I've been thinking about it over the last week or two, but maybe this one was licensed here in the US or something for some reason, but I doubt it. But that maybe that would make a difference too. I don't know. There's a lot of variables in there. So.
Yeah, I'd say so. It sounds like
this gives me this gives me an idea. I'm going to get rich off of this.
Well, not if you tell it right now and then someone.
So, if anyone watches our brother's channel, Walt K4OGO, so Coastal Waves and Wires, he's talked a lot about export radios, which you tend to see these export radios where they're really designed for the CBers in mind, but it's a 10 meter, maybe you can mod it for 10 and 12, but ultimately you want to get in there and you just want to tweak it so that you can do 11, but you can do it with 100 watts or 80 watts or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think we need these reverse export radios for hams where we go in with this thing and maybe it looks like an 891, but it's an FRS radio, but all we have to do is unscrew the cover after the cruise ship brings us to the island, and we just we pull out a diode or something like that, and all of a sudden all bands, all modes, it's no longer FRS.
I mean,
you hear what I'm saying? This
stickers on it, man.
But
it's
Do cruise ships even allow FRS radios or GMRS radios?
So yes, they
Oh,
will.
they do.
They will allow handhelds like that on the board the ship for families to talk back and forth with their kids or keep track of other people. So I did see several people who had some Baofangs and things like that they were using. And I kind of said, hey, are you like amateur radio license or anything? And because, they were, I'm not sure really what frequencies they were on. But the guy said, yeah, I just programmed them up with some software. But, maybe they're using Baofang and using a GMR channel or something. I'm not sure, but they didn't know what the channels they were even using. So,
right. Well, I know you can kind of like jailbreak the Baofangs, right? And program them for FRS and GMRS or whatever, which you're really not supposed to do. But
exactly.
We won't talk about that here.
Hey, Mike, what about that new Lab 599 TX 500 MP? That looks almost like a handheld, and people wouldn't,
Yeah.
Hold the boat. That does not just look like a handheld. My gosh, that thing is like, hey, I got a brick here, and I'm gonna like talk into it. That is not a handheld. That's a two. That's a two hand.
That's like the old Citizen Band ones.
That's like the walkies in World War II when they were out in the field and they had the big giant packs off the back with a 90-foot whip.
How many of you guys remember the Bendix Kings from back in the early 90s?
Oh God,
they were.
They were ugly as sin. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's kind of what the last 559 remembers me of. Yeah.
So okay. So where were you going with the 599? I like the 599, although that handheld version is a little tough to swallow as a handheld. But
it is a brick, but some people might misconstrue that as just a standard GMRS, FRS, massive CB radio. So
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know. That might be a tough sell, but I think you might be able to get it. But I mean, obviously, if Marvin was able to walk with his 891 and everything, on the boat, no problem. I'm sure that would get by.
I tried 705. So.
Oh, then it's about the same size there. Just turn it on his side, and you use the speaker.
Turn the brick.
Exactly. There we go.
What is that?
Is that a 470? Oh.
Yeah, it looks like the 599.
Isn't that a FT 470? Mike?
He's
muted. One he has for sale on Facebook.
Did you mute yourself, Mike? You went away. Your audio went out.
He's like frozen, robot, and something's happening there.
No robot, but he's not talking.
We see your Chinese karate dub. I'm still not hearing anything.
A premier Chinese radio.
Try to mute your button.
I can hear you, Mike.
I'm not hearing anything. Well, we have no idea what that radio is. We'll just have to guess. And Mike's going to be raffling it off next, so just
It's on his Facebook page, Mike 2.0.
So, all right.
Hashtag Boofang in the chat if you want to win that.
Boofwang. Yeah, exactly right. Oh gosh. Here we
All
go.
I do
No. Listen. Speaking of giant handhelds. All right. I mean, it's not technically a handheld radio, but I don't know how I came across this video. This video showed up on my thing. It's from a YouTube channel called Data Slayer. He uses a Harris battery in this as a power source for this custom LoRa freaking thing. But it's like LoRa and Wi-Fi and everything. I mean, it's built into this monstrous freaking case. This thing is way bigger than it needs to be. But I posted the link in the chat. Watch it when you get a chance, because I want to talk about this down the road. Because I think that devices like this are kind of something we should be looking into.
I find that very interesting coming out of your mouth, because you struggled for a long time taking that 2-meter RF device and attaching it to your, said iPhone / Android device. But okay, I'll bite. Interesting.
Listen, just because I'm a slow adopter of new technology doesn't mean that I'm not opposed to it.
You were don't pull the wool over my eyes there, Fred. You were so adamantly that was like, what the hell? This should not happen. Church and state garbage. Blah blah blah. You were like constantly going on about what was the actual device? Tortoise gave one away on your live stream. What was that? The Android
RF finder.
Oh yeah, the RF finder. You were like, that's a piece of junk. I've got it on tape. We can go back and play it. I'll have to dig it up.
Well, because it's just a fancy KV4P. It's just.
Yeah, I know. You built that one, so you have an attachment to it. That's the problem. Is once you start to build something, you get an attachment to it, and then you can't let it go.
Shannon's eye there.
So yeah, I'll give it I'll look at it. It looks interesting for sure. It kind of goes hand in hand. I mean, obviously, I don't know if you guys saw. I mean, this is a segue, but in the APRS, KM4 ACK did that whole APRS / Meshtastic thing, right? You guys catch that video? So
great video. Yeah.
A lot of crossover stuff is happening. I wouldn't be surprised. It would be kind of cool. So, man, someone's rapidly typing hard. All right.
That's Shannon with her mechanical keyboard.
And her handwritten notepad there. Yeah. Have you entered your login, speaking of girlfriend?
No comment.
That would be
I told you I would send you the ADF file.
I know, but I like to have like my time with my peeps and enter my log.
She's used to paper logs.
She lights a few candles, plays like the soft romantic music, and then she gets on Discord and she types her login while everyone kind of chit chats back and forth. I think that's how you worded it. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, you throw a bath bomb in, something like that.
Something like that. No, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Oh, why not? We already have.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I was going to say I take bath salts. And then my log.
Why are we having this?
But I would never do that, okay? That was in Minecraft only.
You get in the bath with your laptop and enter your logs.
There's this little pop-ups that you guys can't see in the background, and because Mike's title is $20 is $20, it says $20 is $20 has rejected your request to unmute his microphone, and it's like this back and forth of like a battle of like $20 says $20 is no longer going to do this, and it's like kicking over the titles. It's making things too confusing. Oh, all right. Well, support your parks weekend. So, I mean, we're butting up, at the 2-hour mark here. So, I didn't get any feedback in the private chat there if you guys had anything to continue on. Or something that was a hard stop at 9 o'clock. I can't remember what the whole deal was. But either way, anything like, you guys want to add, obviously, support your parks weekend. Any, like Shannon made mention to a couple of club activities going on. Any of you guys know of any other clubs that are doing stuff or you've seen kind of fly out there that we could let our folks know in the chat that's, maybe going on in their area or, they can kind of piggyback on?
If anybody's on the Cape, I'm doing activation at Nickerson. There's going to be probably 20 or 30 of us out there.
Nice. Wow. Okay.
Which day?
Sunday.
Sunday's sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a small audience, my friend. But yes, it might work.
Ooh, flying bath bomb.
If you're a ham and you've had a tough day and all you want to do is have a nice chill bath with your ham radio.
Tennessee beer, bath bomb.
So actually, Chris, sidebar, how's the planning for April going? That's still on track?
Yep, that's still on track. It looks like Shawnee Crawl is the place. They did accept my email that I sent them. So they are fully on board.
Go ahead, plug it. I mean, plug it here anyway. So those folks that are in the area, in the Cape and in the Northeast in general, I think it's a cool idea. Just like we did the 24-hour POTA, Chris has decided to kind of pick up the mantle and do something. So go ahead and share.
Yeah, it's going to be April 25th and 26th of the official days. I'm going to be there from the 23rd through the 26th. It's going to be at Shawnee Crawl in Sandwich, Massachusetts, and it's going to be a good time, just like the one in Greenfield State Park.
Very cool. And you can say 24-hour POTA legally. There's no requirements for copyright or anything like that. Okay. Yeah, trademark.
24-hour POTA, and we will be using an ICOM 7300.
Fine.
Does that mean we're going to get more contacts in the DX10s?
No, I'm trying to get the guy next to me over there.
So let's put this stupid debate to rest, my friends. We will next
Wait,
24-hour POTA.
Here, we'll do the heart this way. Yeah, 7,300 love, buddy.
Hey, Grouch, I got something for you. Hold on one second.
And we wait.
We got this special hat for you. I figured it was your color.
You know what?
It's your favorite version too. It's a snapback.
If that's a flex fit, I'll wear it.
I bet you would. Oh man, I tried to get them to send flex fit, but they were like, we sent a whole bunch of stuff out, and I'm like, oh, pink hats. I didn't ask for that, and I was just like, so. Long story short, Shannon was going to go do activation with Paul at Russell Abbott. And I said, if you're coming this way, let's meet up real quick. I want to give you the ICOM hat and a bunch of other stuff that I got. And, you can either give it to Paul or you can wear it in front of him, whatever your choice is. So I don't think she actually even wore it, did she? Yeah, the koozie.
No, she did. Yeah, she did. She wore it. Yep.
Sweet. Okay. Well, there you go.
She had a pink ball cap on for a little bit.
No, it was salmon. Well, let's get that straight. I've already been accused of calling it pink, and it's not pink.
Listen, it was pink.
I agree with you, man, 100%. She's not here, so yes. Yeah, let's not get into that battle. I already had that discussion offline, and I lost. Yes, smoke signals, RF, snapbacks are ruining ham radio, but damn, it feels good. I missed that one. Where is it? There we go. Yes. 100%. This one's a snapback for sure.
Oh,
very comfortable.
One. Look at that.
Wow, she does.
Yeah, she's
that's nice.
There we go. Now she means business.
Snapback
Watch
crew.
out. All right, very cool. Well, hey, let's kind of put a little wrap up to this since we're getting out, like I said, at the top of the hour. So let's start at the top. With Tortoise there, the other TO. What's going on with your channel, and how can people reach out to you?
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your Tortoise Overland here. Like I said, I just haven't had. I've got two. It's going to be 3 or 4 by the end of this weekend in the camp, but I just haven't had time to edit anything. Bathroom incidents, stuff like that. Just haven't had time to sit down and relax and get home 6, 7 o'clock at night within the last 2-3 weeks. So. Yeah, it's been rough, but I'm going to try to get out there. Check out the channel. I might have something out there this weekend if I'm not too overstressed with this toilet issue.
But you'll be fine.
Yeah, I got a cassette toilet out in the camper. I'll just bring that in. Anyways, but yeah, just we're going to be on the air this weekend. I'm going to try to get Rehoboth State Forest. It's right up the road for me. Chris has got his shindig going down there in Cape Cod, which he'll go over, and I might wander down there. And support your parks weekend. Get out there, get on the radio, get talking.
Oh. Yep, and now you know what SYP stands for.
Thanks.
That's okay. I want to give you shit.
I am a moron. I will admit it. I was
You're a POTA newbie. Totally fine. POTA newbie.
Yeah.
It's all good. We all throw acronyms around like, we know what we're saying. All right. Well, speaking of, over to you, Marvin. How can people find more about you and your channel?
Yeah, I'm going to go a couple small, quick things here. First, I'm going to come back, talk about Winter Field Day. Winter Field Day has just released a...
It's October, my friend. God.
No. You got to understand. So, Winter Field Day has just released a brand new shop. We have new Field Day gear in there for Winter Field Day. We've got a brand new Winter Field Day T-shirt for this year, and it's got 2026 on the back. It's a new design completely that we're going with, and then in 2027 we'll have a 20th anniversary shirt for Winter Field Day for 20 years since 2007, and so we're starting to do shirts every year, and it's a little bit of our fundraiser for Winter Field Day. We do not have any sponsors right now at this point. So it is kind of what has helped keeping us alive. So I know there's a lot of people who buy summer field day shirts from the ARRL. So we are doing winter field day shirts from now on. And so we've got a brand new design out there. I think you'll like it a lot. And it's a direct shipped program. And you go in and select your size from small to 5X large. And got several different color choices for you to go with. So you can go out to winterfieldday.com and click up to shop, and that will take you to the link to the Printify store to get some gear there. And we're going to come up with a Winter Field Day flag too. So that's coming to the store as well. So that's the note from that standpoint.
The people that wear 6X are going to be upset.
Yeah, they're gonna be a little tight. They might just maybe they're a little loose and they can snug into them. Maybe so.
might be a half shirt.
I wear a 3X, and that would be like a sleeping bag.
Maybe if you're lucky.
From my channel standpoint, first of all, I've had a huge number of people subscribing to my channel lately. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's went out and subscribed. I've gained over 100 subscribers in the last month. So I'm over 350 now, and I'm on my way to 500. I'm hoping I'm going to go. We're going to try for a 500 subscriber giveaway if I get it done before December 1st. If we don't hit 500 by December 1st, then I'm going to try and do a giveaway at 1,000. And I've got several items of a couple $100 worth of value that I'll be giving away for that. So. For hitting 1,000 subscribers. So please go out and subscribe if you haven't joined the channel. I just put out a 5-part series on doing a 2025 Ford F-150, and I've got I've got the Alaska activation I did, and some other great videos coming out on this as well, talking about my tower setup in Wisconsin for remote setup. And so again, just thank you for all the subscribers. And really appreciate you guys being there and supporting this channel and during this time for me as well. So I hope you continue to join in and watch and just thank you. And I got a podcast coming out this next week as well. I was going to get it recorded this afternoon, but 2.0, the TO decided to interrupt me for a little bit, and we talked instead. So I'll have to record it tomorrow morning. Cool. But it's all good.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. Over to Only Hams, or otherwise known as N3VAN. What's going on with you and your channel, and how people can get a hold of you?
Yeah, at my Only Hams channel, there's going to be some spicy, saucy stuff coming this week. No, actually, I had a subscriber reach out to me about the Nano VNA and how to update a newer version. So I like taking apart things and working on it. So I got some free time. I also got a FTDX10 that doesn't work. I got real cheap, and I'm going to do a video on fixing that. So if any of you got a lightning strike on it, so we could still operate during that storm that we had next year. So if that happens again and gets lightning struck, I'll know how to fix it. So I got extra spare parts. But no, this weekend for the Support Your Parks weekend, I'm trying to get out there tomorrow to do a park, but definitely going to go on Sunday after the ham fest I have. So I'm going to go to Ralph Stover State Park. And if you guys, I'm not sure what time you're activating there, Chris, but hopefully if it's in the afternoon, like around 1 or 2, that's when I'll start setting up and hopefully get you on the air. So keep an eye out. Yeah, you got the Infla 10. I'll be posting a video on that. Some people don't know how to set that up, so I got to help them with that. So keep an eye out for that.
Sounds good, man. Rectus momentidis, or something like that in Italian. I don't know.
I got the bagger package for it, so we're good.
Yeah, I have so many of those rings that you gave me. I have no idea where to use them or how to put them on, but whatever. That's another story for another time.
I got a better ring, like a better cock ring for you. I'll send up, so we'll be good.
Yes, excellent. Good. As long as they're in colors, rainbow is my favorite. Anyway.
More appropriately sized for Eric.
It's not a mag loop, it's a drag loop.
Where did he go? I have no idea. It's a drag loop. Moving on. All right, we're going to skip over me and go to the official POTA wife, which I think you should change your title now just because he's an ass, but whatever. Moving on. Shannon, how can they get a hold of you, and how can they learn more about your channel?
Yeah, you guys can find me here on YouTube. My name is Shannon, KC1OHT, stroke 2 Echo 0 Oscar Hotel Tango. And you know, my channel may not be as fun and fancy as these guys, but it's slowly growing thanks to everyone who decides to subscribe to me. It's not only ham radio content, it's, you know, also ham adjacent. I have some videos of the World War II reenactments that I went to, and I can't make my heart right with Paul because everything is backwards. So
It's close. It works.
there you go. It's close enough, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, you know, just you know, search me up on YouTube, Shannon Casey 10HT. You'll find me, or find me on the Live Free and Ham Discord.
Yep. Or brew and activate on Friday mornings. You know.
Exactly. I'm
He's everywhere.
everywhere.
Yep. Can't get rid of her.
No,
Like a
no
bad penny.
comment.
All right, cool. Well, thank
I
you,
could
Shannon.
say something, but it would be rude.
And how would that be any different with all of this here already?
You know,
She'll fit in eventually.
I gotta say, she will eventually get it. You know, just don't feel like you have to raise your hand to interrupt. Just jump in, like I said all the time. All right, well, give Mr. AM a chance there. Go ahead, Grouch. What is going on, and how can people learn more about your channel, my friend?
All right. Well, for those that don't know, I'm the Grouch from New Hampshire. That is my YouTube channel, and so huge shout out to all the channel members and the brand new channel members this evening. And thank you, Tortoise, for the gifted memberships. Always appreciated, brother. I am currently entering a backlog now of videos that I need to edit. The downside is I'm coming down to crunch time. So I got 10 days left before I depart for Florida. So videos may end up getting put on the back burner. It is what it is, you know. As you know, with my channel, when I sit down and I start editing, I hammer out, you know, 2 or 3 videos at a time, and then I'll put them out. Patreon and channel members always get my videos first. So thank you to all the Patreon members and channel members. But yeah, Saturday, tomorrow, I will be putting bullets in Baofangs. We're gonna start with a small caliber. We're gonna start with a 22, and we're gonna work our way up. I think 45 is the biggest caliber I have. So yeah, stay tuned for that video. I will attempt to do a live stream from the gun range, but no guarantees on that. What you got there, Matt?
I got some 10 millimeters I could send up your way.
Oh, but I don't have a gun that shoots 10 millimeters, so you'll have to bring that gun up with you.
Throw it at
driving
it.
up on my birthday tomorrow to give it to you.
Oh, wow, man, dedication right there.
That's dedication.
Well, listen, hey, let me say, hey, shout out to all
Happy
of the
birthday.
October birthdays.
We got a lot
right?
in here. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? Yes, October birthdays. So my birthday is next Thursday. I will be all of 44 years old. I had to think about that for a second. And
yeah, you're old.
don't math on stream. That's rule number 1. Don't ever math on stream. Don't
ever do that again.
Also, I just want to throw a plug in there. After Mike's stream next Friday, okay, which I will be on Mike's stream because Mike's stream is a good one. We will be doing another Weekend Warriors live episode. I realize it's not ham radio centric. It's ham radio adjacent. But for those that are military and veterans and those that are curious about what the hell military and veterans talk about, you won't want to miss the Weekend Warriors episode. So after Mike's live stream giveaway, you know, we will be doing a Weekend Warriors live stream. So hope to see you guys there. Thanks for being here tonight. Shout out to all the channel members and the new channel members. Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
Cool. All right. Well, there you go. All right. So with that, Chris, go ahead. How can people learn about you and your channel, and how can they find out more?
Well, my channel's just starting out. It's W8CJL, Chris. and it's me and my son. We go out and do POTA almost every weekend. We're trying to video it and get stuff loaded up. So just give us.
And for those that don't know, Chris is raising his boy right, and he is 15 years old. He is a ham radio operator. He loves fishing and the outdoors. Like, this man is just doing it right.
It's the way I was brought up, so I want to bring him up that way. So
nice job.
So yeah, just check out the channel, like and subscribe, get my members up, and this weekend we're going to be at Nickerson's on Sunday for Support Your Parks weekend. Matt, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get you, but I'm going to be there from 8 till whenever the bands give out. So I'll try and stay there as long as I can for you. We're going to be trying some FT8 on a X6200 and maybe even giving that a shot. See if I can make a single sideband contact because I've yet to make one on it. So
what? Wow. Okay.
Well, I've done FT8 on it. I just haven't gotten to the single sideband on it yet. So bands haven't been cooperative lately.
Here 10 meters is that, but I have to ask a question, which I forgot to ask earlier. How did Parker's finds from Nearfest go? Has he actually got them all set up and working?
He does. He had the 857 set up on the kitchen table with my end-fed half wave out the door, and he made a couple contacts on it, I believe. I made one to California, so it does work.
Nice.
I think he programmed in the local repeater, so he's going with it. So
great. Dude, that great radio.
Yep, the handheld I bought is still holding up strong, and best $25 I ever spent.
And you did. I do remember Chris going, "Hey, I came here with a lot of money," and then his I left with no money, but a couple of great radios for sure. So
yeah, that was
awesome.
all Parker that spent all my money. So
it'll probably be the one thing your kid will use way more than any of the other crap that you've ever bought them and invested in. So it's awesome,
and it's way better than a PS5.
Oh, tell me about
leaps
it.
and bounds.
Mine's broken upstairs, so.
Very cool. All right. Well, hey, again, thank you for jumping in. Appreciate you. And we said, this is Northeast Ham Radio. So, I'll get into a little bit of the spiel about that in a second. But can I hear you now? Go ahead. How can people reach out to you, Mike?
Hey, Mike, you're 5'9". 5'9". Wait,
5'9".
What was your call sign again?
Please
say you're
copy.
5'9". Yeah.
Never too many antenna kits. How's that?
Yep.
So yeah.
Vanity
Real quick, coming up next Friday is a big day because not only am I giving away a bunch of shit, but I'm going to be on Brew and Activate next Friday. Not today, Eric.
Too much going on.
No. I took, and I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I took next week off just to get stuff done around the house and maybe make some videos, play some radio. But I'm looking forward to joining Eric Shannon in the morning on next Friday for Brew and Activate. I'll be doing a live stream giveaway, like we were talking about earlier, at the end of the day, and like 7 to 9 Eastern time. So 2300 UTC. Do the math. I'm not going to do it because I've been drinking, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it and stuff, and just I'm glad to give back. Like I can't say enough. Like whether it's what we've done, like the Northeast Ham Radio group, all of us that have been involved here, like the community we built, and it's fun doing the monthly happy hour live streams like this, and stuff. But it's been great to see all of our channels grow and stuff over the years and everything too. So it's good, and looking forward to it.
Totally. Awesome, man. Well, looking forward to all of those streams for sure. And
yeah,
definitely, I know I will be a part of it. So I'm Eric, N1JUR is my channel. You can check all that out if you haven't subscribed to that. And of course, I'm doing all the links
Wait,
here.
you're not Mike N2MAK?
Yeah, I was, but I'm an imposter, I think is what they call it, or imposer or something.
He sold all his radios on
Exactly right. All my tube radios. Thank God. I hated all that crap. Get rid of it.
Yeah, you're sus, as the kids say today.
I'm totally.
Spot the imposter.
Am I 6'7", something like that? I can't remember. Like, whatever. Well, anyway, I don't know if I was doing that right, so you can let me know in the comments.
You're 3 and 3.
As always, I would expect no less from Grouch, for those that know. So yeah, I've got Brew and Activates on Friday mornings that I do with my co-host there, Shannon. We're having a blast. We've been doing some really cool stuff, and this coming Friday we are going to have Mike on. He's talking VHF, UHF, POTA stuff. So if you want to get into that stuff and you want to start learning to do it more, then you're going to want to tune into that episode for sure. And then, that Friday is going to dovetail right into Mike's giveaway. So I'm looking forward to hanging on that and, being a participant. I tend to run a lot of things and whatever. So it's good to just be part of a live stream and provide, flowerful commentary versus having to run the show. So looking forward to all that's going on. I've got some, obviously, antenna reviews that I alluded to in the beginning of the show. If you're not a channel member and you want to see some, we'll say, of my dirty side, I have to do an inflate antenna review, which is not going to air on my, public YouTube channel, but will be on my Patreon. And it's going to be a lot of innuendos. And if you can tell based off the antenna, you will definitely get your laughs full out of it. So I'm looking forward to really, yeah.
So people got to pay to see that? That blows.
Mike, you're already a Patreon member. It blows on many levels, my friend. Let's just start there.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Erecting
as Mike
that
says,
big,
we'll
hard,
start,
stiff black
big black
mask.
shaft. It's always a plus for that. But yeah, so this is Northeast Ham Radio, guys. So if this is your first time checking us out, as Mike alluded to, N2MAK said, we're a bunch of YouTubers in the Northeast. We just love hanging out. We love talking ham radio and ham radio adjacent stuff. And, we just love supporting each other. So if you haven't subscribed to these folks here and you're not already part of the channels, make sure you hit the links down below. And again, this is a decentralized kind of thing. So not any one of us own this in any which way. So we're all helping each other's channels and just having some fun doing it. And then it just kind of dovetails into doing, other cool things, like we hang out on weekends and, whatever. So if that all appeals to you, I mean, that's why we attracted Chris. I mean, Chris must like us. He hangs out with us and, he continues to. So, we must be doing something right.
You're not that bad, so don't worry.
Appreciate it. Cool. All right. Well, with that,
before we hit the button, I got a question for the show.
Go. Broken.
I just wanted to say real quick, in the chat, I this wasn't planned. If you can put a 1, I'm curious what everyone's thoughts are, because we were talking about this in Discord before. We have this simulcast, so let me know in the chat if you're still watching at this point. Because if you're still watching right now, you're A1, day one, die hard. Put a 1 in the chat if you would like to have this continue as this is on multiple channels, and then drop the deuce if you would like it to be on just one. So we'll make that confusing. 1 if you want it on all, 2 if you want it on none.
Gosh, yeah. We'll be happy to take this conversation over to the Live Free and Ham Discord. I don't have the Discord link there, Paul. If you can grab that and throw that in, or if anybody's got it in the chat. Yeah, we've got a lively group of guys that are probably all of us here that are all in that Discord. That's the Live Free and Ham Discord. But we've got Tortoise is in there, Grouch is in there, I'm in there, and I'm sure we can get Mike and Matt and everybody else to get their eventual own channels once they realize that they got to keep up with the rest of us. Yeah, we're just having some fun. So yeah, there's a Northeast Ham Radio channel over there. We'll put a little poll over there. We're curious because we've been talking offline, and we want to see what we can do for you guys, because I know this is a little challenging both for us to try to manage and support one another, but at the same time, we can have some fun with it. Maybe we rotate through each other's channels. There's a bunch of different options. So check out that in the Discord. We'd love to have you over there and come be a part of that. And yeah, like we said, it's just Northeast Ham Radio, guys. We're just ham radio operators. We love the hobby. We love hanging out. We love drinking for sure. That's not a problem there. Yeah, we just, we're going to do everything ham radio and every ham radio adjacent. So with that, guys, I appreciate hanging out with all you guys tonight. Thanks for everybody in the chat. We had roughly 38 at one time, 40 people. So that's awesome. So keep it going.
I saw us peak over 40.
Yeah. And And that was because Todd wasn't here. But anyway, I just had to get that in there because he is not here. But I got the crap last time because I was busy doing what was it called? Driving the minivan back
Co-ed
to Co-ed naked back to a certain rental place. Mike, I can't remember. Whatever.
Co-ed naked backseat driving.
Yeah,
that's what Todd's doing today.
Hey, that he is. We're done with this.
From the back roads of New Hampshire, rain or shine, he's calling CQ with that mobile line. Eric's got his 891 and A-test tight. He's chasing them parks from morning to night. We're calling CQ, come join the ride. From salty shores to mountain highs, a motley crew with wire and drive, tossing antennas in trees to feel alive. Once a month we light up the stream. It's Northeast Ham Radio, living the dream. Izzo's in the woods with a